Where are you guys at, you think, in terms of this whole playoff chase still? Like, is there still the hunger and drive in this thing, even though it's going to take a lot?
We'll try to win every game we can, man. I don't. That's the only way I know how to coach, bro. I don't know. Whoever's on the floor, I'm going to try to do the best I can to put the plan together to try to win. That's all I really know, I don't want to learn how to do nothing else. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel.
To that end, what are the status for Jeremy and Ant tomorrow?
Yeah, they still kind of up in the air. We don't know yet. We won't know until tomorrow. Yeah, for both guys.
It seems like you've only had, I haven't done the math, but Dame, Ant, Grant, and Nurk have only played together maybe 4 or 5 times since January 1. Is that close? Like, do you know the number?
I don't know the number, but I know it's one hand. You can count on one hand.
Yeah. So how frustrating has that been?
Man.
When those guys play together, you guys have a winning record.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that's our core, man. I don't know that you could go anywhere else around the league and say that, and that could be true, But that's been our struggle. That's been what's been so tough for us about trying to just gain some continuity, and some cohesion. You just don't have the guys long enough.
Shaden, with the way he played last night, starting it. I mean, obviously he's been playing anyways, but is that something you can envision him starting, maybe going out the rest of the season? Maybe not entirely, but it seems like when you got those extra minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that all depends on who's available, obviously, but. I want to see him continue to play well, and I would like to, continue, starting Shea. I just see so much development and growth in him, every time we do. So I can see that. We'll see.
What about Trendon? Obviously, he started last night. It seems like there's been some growth from him. What have you kind of seen from him the last couple weeks?
He's been great, man. He's been great. I mean, I think the biggest difference that we all see in Trendon is he's now able to play his actual position. I mean, he's been playing the backup 5 most of the season. He's not a 5, He's just a good enough player that you can play him a lot of places. But I think he's a 4, and he's been able to really show what he could do. I've been happy and proud of Trendon. He's come a long way this year. Had a stretch there where he struggled, and I took him out of the rotation. He wasn't playing at all. Stayed focused, stayed locked in, got another chance, and Trendon has been great.
What's been the biggest difference you've seen from him this year versus last year, like when he first got his contract converted and started playing more?
Well, one, he's shooting it a lot better. And I think just the experience that he was able to get last year has made a huge impact on him. His playmaking, his feel. I mean, he already had a really good feel for the game. He's done a much better job this year of understanding how to get our best players shots. That's been a noticeable difference for me.
You mentioned that last night about his kind of energy, his characteristics off the court too. I mean, what can you say about Trendon, what he adds kind of in the locker room too?
Oh yeah, Trendon is a glue guy. He's one of those glue guys that most teams need, and I know y'all have heard me say that before, but he's a connector. He can connect with the veterans on the team, the young guys. Like he just has that type of infectious personality about him that people like. They follow Trendon, He has that, and it's a beautiful thing. It's rare too for a young guy like that to have that.
Coach, now that you've had a chance to look at the tape with Shaden's performance last night, what stood out to you? Because, I mean, we look at the box score and it's like, 24, this is a big night scoring. But was there anything that stood out to you after getting a chance to look at the tape with Shaden?
Yeah, I thought, his defense really stood out for me. He had a couple little undisciplined fouls, if you will, but he was in the right spots most of the night. Probably the second biggest thing that stood out is his rebounding. I mean, he got some grown man rebounds in there, man, some tough ones. And then we needed them when he got them. So those things stood out to me. Obviously, his shot making and the lobs that he caught, the tip dunk, those things don't surprise me, anymore with him. It's more about the other things, the things that I just mentioned, that's where his development is really taking shape.
And you mentioned, being competitive and still wanting to be in the hunt of things. How much of a shot in the arm is last night's performance for you guys as a whole?
Yeah, it was. I thought we did a good job of having great carryover from our practice. Our practices, the last few days, what we wanted to do, our game plan, against Utah. We did a good job with that. And it was just a big win. I mean, we've been on a heck of a slide here. So winning just always feels good no matter what. So it was fun. And you go to win on the road, there's no better feeling than that.